All right, everyone, Supreme Kami over here. So let's actually talk about Battlogue episode 4. In terms of episode 4, man, we saw a lot of like emotional stuff coming up from Kintoro, the guy that's piloted the Barbados Taurus. He just goes on, just more or less explaining or expressing how he's feel, how he's humiliating, and how he wants the whole world to just kind of suffer him. That we can just kind of see right at the bat because like this man does not care. Not only does he want revenge from the World Tournament, the champ, he also wants everyone that's playing the game suffer as well. Like how menace he was. He actually destroyed it. So he said this right. Whenever your gunpla is being prisoned by those runner prison or whatever, he can automatically kind of destroy your game data and stuff like that. So that was so sad. Like like that boy was crying. Like you saw some tears in him. I'm just like, man, if my account was ever deleted like that, I would have like, I don't even know what to do. Like I'll be mad. I'll be punching in the air right now. But yeah, that's pretty much where we kind of let things out with. So hopefully no more gunpla is getting destroyed like that, because that is like inhumane. Like what? That's not right. Hopefully they can kind of restore the data eventually. I don't know. But who else? You know who else came in right after that? We got Misa. She came in a fashion, right? She came in throwing like a big old Kamehameha ball. So I think that is pretty much why we got that EXQ. That kind of like a shooting ball, like a Vulcan-esque what you call EXQ in terms of game for the Blazing Gundam. So now we kind of know why. So she basically, we also know why. Like, you know what else they did? They developed a vaccine or a mask for to encounter Kentoro's virus. Like I don't know why they had to call it a mask. Like, oh my gosh, that kind of happened right there. They say that as a mask and all that. So now we kind of know why Blazing Gundam has that alternative face mask and all that. It is used to protect against the deadly virus, right? In terms of what Misa also did, she was also able to destroy the running person from the other guys as well. So right now Ryusei, Sena, and then Tuma is also free, so they're able to help things out and just want to see if they can defeat Kentoro in a breeze. So then after that, Kentoro just basically just rambling on and on, just talking about how he was humiliated, just more or less like how he coped it with the whole situation. Instead of trying to improve himself, he went berserk. He went out of his way to snap his own gunpla event. Like, who does that? Like, if he's talking about like a custom kit, I get it, but he's doing this on purpose just because of the fact that he lost the world tournament. That is like quite childish and just it's just cringe. Even Sena was like, man, that's kind of like, that's an awful grudge you had right there. But Misa, on the other hand, was able to share some of the feeling with Kentoro, because like whenever he does fight Takuma, for example, like whenever she lost, she does feel that type of way as well. But then she also clarified that she doesn't want like she also clarified that why would she do something like that instead of doing something else. But that's kind of pretty much it, right? Just more or less just kind of explaining his own feeling. And then like the crew right now, since they are freed up, so they are ready to take on Kentoro. But Kentoro is not gonna leave without a fight. Or throughout this episode, I was able to see what kind of like EXQ potentially we can kind of get. Hopefully, not really hopefully, but just kind of speculation right now. In terms of Kentoro, he kept using like a kind of like a Tamaha throw-esque EXQ in a way. He kept throwing out some energy blast, so I think that is probably going to be like Yeet type of melee weapon we can get eventually in game. He kept doing that, so I'm just speculating, are we gonna get something like that in game eventually? But besides that, talking about Kentoro, he actually does have his own little army as well. So he submitted for mobile suit that we have saw already. They like in terms of actual gunpla kits, they are in plans of releasing them already. I don't know, like at this point right now, we're not sure if they will be released in a, let's say, premium bandai version, or they're just gonna be like a regular, let's say, Battlogue suit. But mobile suit that appears at this episode, we have Ground Gundam. We had a Wing Zero that is like a Neo type, I believe. We also have a Third Red Frame as well. And the last but not least, we have a Inferno Gob Custom, if that is the actual name. But you know who else is the pilot? It's the pilot we actually know. Kentaro actually went out of his way to equip some AF pilot as well. There's 2 characters I do not know what their name are, so do let me know if you guys know what series they're from and then what are their names. The 2 that I only know is one is from H1, or not from H1, the A series. We have Seihard, Galette, or Gillette, however you pronounce it. But we also have Mr. Bushido. So that was quite exciting to see, I guess. In terms of them piloting the Gundams and all that, it's actually respectable to what they would actually pilot in their own series. Red Frame is piloted by Mr. Bushido. We have a Gob Custom in a red color, hot red color, that is piloted by Seihard Gillette. In terms of the other 2, I'm not too sure. Like I don't know their characters, so I'm not too sure if they would, like, in terms of their character style, would they pilot those Gundams, right? So that's pretty much where we kind of let things out with. So I'm pretty sure next week in episode 5 we will see the crew fighting those 4 bots and all that. Control, that also mentioned, they are kind of more or less like an upgraded version. They're more superior than before, so hopefully we can get some good fight out of that. But right now we still have no sight of Takuma, so I think next week or the following week he might show up just to maybe wrap things up. I don't know, but we'll see, right? In terms of the game right now, we currently does not have Barbados Taurus yet, so I don't know what is gonna be like the schedule for that. But we should be, right? Since the Battlogue episode, like after next week and then the following week, it should end. So I think we might be getting it soon, but who knows, right? They can definitely delay that like even further. They don't even have to release it right now if they don't want to, right? But with that being said, that is going to be pretty much it over here. So I just want to talk to you guys about what happened in episode 4. So I'll catch you guys next week with episode 5.